brothers and sisters and friends. This afternoon we want to talk about the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet explains itself. We have a fight that's common to all of us. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey.
First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Man, welcome to a fresh edition. It is, what is it, Friday?
Yeah, man.
Friday, May 16th. 16th.
Yeah, 16.
Yep. Time moving right along. My name is Paul B. He's Buddy the God.
Hey, time.
Time is moving, boy. Check it out in a real way. It's we don't believe in the concept of the clock, but can't deny time moving. That's
it's moving. It's moving.
Man, good morning to you. I appreciate everybody coming in early this morning and jumping in on some conversation. Lots going on, man. Omaha is in the news all over the country right now.
Man.
Big way. So
National.
We're going national around here again. So we'll be jumping into it and talking about, I see Leg Keister in the chat saying hi, happy Fry yo yip yay yip yay yo yip yay.
All right.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
What's up?
Impeccable.
Put that on the screen so y'all can try that.
Yeah. Go ahead and wake your brain up with that one. I like what RG's coming through. Flism Flasm Friday.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Plasm.
Yeah.
Plasm on it.
Yeah.
Morning, y'all. Appreciate you coming on in. Also, Pop says a good Friday morning and mad love from Las Vegas. Appreciate you. RG said, time keep on slipping.
Man, I got that vinyl somewhere around here.
Man, you better have that vinyl. If anybody got vinyl, you better have Into the Future. It's the jam.
Yeah, man.
Cameron Snipes gives us a good morning. Marlon Harrison says, happy TGIF First Sky family.
Okay.
Right, that's what's going on. What's going on with you, Kimra? We were supposed to have you on the show. Didn't have you on yet. So maybe next week we can get you on and catch up with all the things you got going on, which is always a lot.
Yeah.
In a long time, and love hearing from you. Love digging into your notes that you always writing about stuff. So.
Okay.
And also your opinions on some things that's happened this election. I've been wanting to hear what Kimra has to say in long form. So yeah, I'd love to have you on if you want to come on next week and hear about everything that's happening, because there's a lot going on with us right now. I tell you what, I feel like Omaha, and especially Black Omaha, has not been in the news this much in a long time. Oh, you remember she's on out of town. She world traveling. That's what's up.
Saying Black Wall Street today.
Man. Headed to Black Wall Street today, then taking a delegation to the Neighborhood USA Conference next week in Jacksonville, Florida. See what I mean?
Cloud hopping.
See what I mean? So she always got something going on. We got to create a segment so we can catch up with what Kimra got going on for real.
Man, where's Kimra?
How you doing this morning, buddy? What's going on?
Man, I'm all right. Feeling rested, feeling excited. Definitely happy for Omaha. First Black mayor on the way. So, what does that mean? Definitely excited to jump into the conversation and hear your thoughts on some of that. Other than that, man, just feeling good, man. The sun is shining, the temperature is going up, flowers and things are blooming, it's a beautiful time of year, man. My baby's graduating, like it's, wow. Yeah. I have to post a picture of friends of, but my youngest just graduated from, or not my youngest, my middle baby just graduated from kindergarten. So
okay.
Yeah.
Graduations happening. I'm sure there's a lot of graduations happen all over the place around here too.
Yeah, man. So congrats to all the graduates out there.
There you go. My sister's graduating today too. So
yeah.
No graduation. So yeah, we'll jump into it. It is the season. I'm feeling pretty good. I could have used a couple more winks, but I'm all right. Feeling crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious. We'll jump into a little bit of community updates. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a Haps Friday, so we'll be talking about stuff that's going on in the future. But I was putting some stuff together about the upcoming stuff. I'm still kind of tied up with the stuff that just is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the situation over there at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, man. The celebration kicked off the other day, and they're going for it. So everybody's in the news. That's for the theme for me with the community updates right now is how black the news is. The news is blackety black right now in a real way. In no, this is the man that started it all really. But it's been heavy. It's been heavy. I'll just go through a few of them. KETV, he's been on KETV. They've been running stories, of course, locally, but also New York Times. New York
Man,
Times is on it. Like I said, we've been going national in a big way. In a big way. Pop's favorite dude, Pierce Morgan on MSNBC. So again, national news that's been going on here with the mayor-elect Ewing coming on in and Gene Stothard moving on out. So,
man.
uh, and then also, of course, we got more things going on. Of course, that Malcolm X celebration that we were just talking about, big time happening, man. As you can see, the daughter of Malcolm X was in town and spoke, and yeah, there was a lot going on. She's I'm going to mispronounce her name, Alicia.
Ilyasa.
Aliasa Shabazz, reflecting the article said reflecting on her father's true legacy and the evolving public understanding of his life.
Man,
So yeah, so that if those of you who went out to that Malcolm X Memorial Foundation event where she spoke, yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts were there too. And they've been all over the place, man. Omaha.com, Omaha World Herald. We've been in the news there for the same for the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation celebration, big time, man. So yeah, everywhere I'm looking on every channel, locally and nationally, black news coming out of Omaha, Nebraska in a big way.
man.
Here's Black Men United. They got a story on WOWT. Black Men United honors parents of kids lost to violence, and it's a story about this event that they have going on. That's coming up. No Murders in May on May 17th. Bereaved Mother's Day luncheon, 12 to 2. I think they were calling for volunteers and things before as well. So shout out to
Hmm.
Black Men United for doing this. More information on Friends of First Guy Omaha, but it was good to see that news article as well. Them going on, and then of course down on the Deuce, man, Noma additions to Music Academy, enriching North Omaha culture. They got new classes and things going on to teach music on the Deuce. Big ribbon cutting they had over there. Mayor-elect John Ewing was there to do the ribbon cutting. They kind of blocked off the street, had some chairs out in the street, and a little celebration for this expansion of what's going on in Love's Jazz over there. Shout out to Noma for the work they're doing. They were in the news as well, and then of course the Champ was in the news.
Hey,
Champ, the boxer, of course, Terrence Bud Crawford, and he's a Omaha native. They say in Omaha World Herald, as if we didn't know. He'll be addressing UNO graduates at the May commencement ceremonies.
hey.
Yep. So he'll be there today. I'll get to hear him today. I got a graduation to go to. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what's up. But I love it, man. You know, it's all over the place. Also, while we're talking about it, Big Wade is going to be over at Noma. Big Wade
Hey.
Tuesday at the Noma Cafe. So he's going to be, it's kind of a residency there he got going on, which is what's up. Multiple dates, May 20th, May 27th, June 3rd, bunch more. So that's what's up, man. He's going to be there on Tuesdays. It looks like from 7 to 10. Big Wade is the dude. So definitely, I'm loving to see him over at Noma, the Noma Cafe.
Right. I'm looking at that. They serving food over there now?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We got to catch up with Dana Murray and see what's going on over there because there's a lot happening all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, man, we got to see what's going on for sure. Wanda Lewis in the chat giving us a good morning. Appreciate that. Black Dynamite says, "Good morning, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black, and I'm black." That's right, man. It's been blackity black news going on in a big way.
Yeah, man.
So I'm here for it. And of course, some sad news. The memorial for the three young ladies that lost their life there happened over at Salem. Looks like a big crowd showed up. So on
Man.
Thursday, funeral service was held for Lock Trey Moo, Ed Crest Moo, and Lanaya Green. Did they misspell her name? Can't see if it looked like they did. The three girls who drowned in the Missouri River in April, unfortunately. But shout out to everybody who came and supported the families. Said families and friends honored the three girls that were drowned. And a lot of people showed up. And shout out to Salem for hosting this. So yeah, just thinking a lot about it, man. It's very community. Everything is very community driven right now. It feels like,
Man.
you know what I'm saying.
That's
While we're
right.
on the Haps, we cannot leave out what's going on tonight, man. Shout out to Omaha Performing Arts and the Culture House. Block Party 2 is happening. It's gonna be the one of the premier shows or premier meetings here in Omaha in a big way. Mr. Lange from Black Sheep, CL Smooth, of course. Ed OG is gonna be there. DJ Mel Star, man. Shout out to DJ Mr. Soul, man. Brother Alvarez, everybody in the house. Shout out to Marcy Yates for really teaming up with Omaha Performing Arts and putting this on. The Hip Hop Lab is going down. That's at 6:30 tonight. So definitely come check it out. Choose what you pay and all ages. So there's
Hey,
no
okay,
excuse. No excuse.
man, show up, show out.
Show up, show out in a big way. And also the thing that what's going on today as well, Meeting of the Minds. This is a part of the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation 100 celebration. This is going to be there. And you see our own Sherman Wells is going to be one of the speakers on the panel there.
Big
So that's
Sean.
what's up. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down at the University of Nebraska Omaha Barbara White's building. So that'll be on the UNO campus. Definitely go check that out. Let me see if I can see what time is running. Looks like
8. It says breakfast at 8:30.
okay, so this is they're in there early with the symposium. That's what's up. Yep. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to make some of this, but definitely check this out if you if you haven't already set up for that, man. Barry Thomas, man, it's gonna be a good show. I heard a lot of people are attending, and even for the breakfast part of it, and to come to have this, anywhere that Sherman Wells is gonna be speaking, everybody's gonna be trying to show up to it. So
Man,
that's what's up with him, man. And yeah, so definitely check that out. And then before we get out of here, we definitely got to mention what's going on with the Empowerment Network because they have a huge, huge symposium going on here too that's starting today. Rebuild and Transform, Rediscovering Self-Sufficiency in the Midst of Uncertainty. The 18th annual Rebuilding the Village conference is happening today in Revive Business Expo as well. So you'll be able to see a bunch of booths with a bunch of people that are in the network, a bunch of businesses that are happening. You'll be able to see all the resources that we really have around here, man. Just to go check that out if you would. There's going to be some major speakers there as well. All this information is in Friends of First Sky Omaha, and of course, you can go to the Empowerment Network Facebook page where they have even more information on everything that's going to be going on here in the next few days with Rebuild and Transform. So shout out to them for doing that.
hey,
And then I cannot get out of here, man, without talking about the block party that's happening on the 17th, bro. Dead Prez. Shout out to 87.9 The Culture. Shout out to North End Teleservices. Shout out to Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. This is going to be awesome. It is going to be at Malcolm X Memorial Foundation Building 30 on 36 in Evans. Come check out local vendors, artists, DJs, and food trucks. Special performance by recording artist Dead Prez. How you gonna beat that?
Man,
What's up?
they finally did it. Been talking about doing that for a while. Been talking about doing that for a while, man. So yeah.
Holding that in their back pocket for a little minute, man.
Yeah.
What better time to bring it out than the MX100? You know what I'm saying?
That part. Also, Sister Cameron giving us some notes from that Empowerment Network event.
Okay.
I was looking at that. She says yesterday, several Black nonprofit leaders got to do a pitch in front of funders out of New Orleans, Kansas City, and other places. Word on the street is that One Omaha had the best one.
Hey.
She also says, I did a tour of North Omaha for some of the people from out of town here for the conference last night. So, yeah, okay, man.
You stay busy. I tell you what.
Right.
That's
Man.
Appreciate that.
But big shout out to the Empowerment Network for, building, providing the opportunity.
There you go. Oh, Pops corrected me, not Pete Morgan. He says his favorite newscaster is Lawrence O'Donnell. Okay, got you.
Okay.
But yeah, man, national news. It's a trip. Heather Williams gives us a good morning, everyone. Sean McCarthy says good morning, everyone. Appreciate you guys coming on in as well. And yeah, shout out to RG says shout out to Kasim for being her local security detail for the second time. That's what's up, Miss Shabazz. Yeah, man, and just. It feels good to know that we got all these resources there. We can put something like that on, have national folks come to town, and we got a premier security team that keeps everybody safe for these events. We have event spaces on Malcolm X Memorial Foundation's grounds. We're gonna have the brother on from the Freedom concerts that are coming up this summer as well. That's going to be on the grounds again. There's going to be so much activity on the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation's grounds. Finally, really kind of, they do it every year, but they're really branching out this time with events and just really, really killing the game over there, man. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see the influx of money that they got over there is going to good use, and just in time for this celebration. I heard that Preston Love, but Black Votes Matter bus. They've teamed up with them. You can go up to Lincoln and see the Hall of Fame bust that our brother Nathan Murray put together.
Hey.
Speaking of which, Nathan Murray is also firing it up. Man, I got so many things here I can't even find all of them.
Yeah, have to check that out though at the Union. Yeah, it's going down.
Yeah, Union for Contemporary is definitely going down. And also another very important thing that's floating around here: this Omaha Inland Port Authority Innovation District Plan is coming up Wednesday, May 21st. And the way that it's been floating around with Senator Terrell McKinney and everybody else, highly encouraging everybody else to show up to this. And we were kind of looking at that map today, realizing like how far the Port Authority is kind of stretched out. So this is going to be something that we want to pay a little bit more close attention to, and if you can make it to these meetings, then definitely go and be a part of this, even if you don't live in the area, because it's going to be huge and affect kind of everybody in South on the east side. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yep. And with that, man, already 7:16 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, I want to throw it over to Buddy to talk about what's on your mind today. What's the vein today? What's really going on?
Man, well, you sort of highlighted some of those things. Definitely want to talk about the Innovation District. Again, $30 million going to that project, and exactly what that means. What can we expect, and what input can you have? Because that's been a big point of pushback on this whole situation as far as public input. So definitely want to talk about that call to action. Of course, Malcolm X being honored. That's definitely something we should talk a little bit more about. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Also, in other news, we kind of want to go back. We didn't really get to talk about this earlier this week, but this is news that we have been paying attention to here on the show as far as Cop City goes. And there has been a vote in regard to building that new or possible gun range in Fort Calhoun. Again, the people have spoken, so we'll dive into that a little later on. Also, speaking of the people speaking, shout out to, we don't give enough love on this show, but still looking forward to reaching out and speaking to Senator Victor Roundtree of Bellevue. He actually got a win as far as LB 319, restoring SNAP benefits to former inmates. However, Pillin came in and vetoed that. So I kind of want to talk about that a little later on. And then also, especially with Sister Kara talking about Black nonprofits, this is something you might want to pay attention to, maybe even call bacon, as again, the House on the national level is making some moves that it will empower Trump and possibly put a little pressure on nonprofits around the country. So we'll be talking about all that and more. As always, if there's anything on your hearts and minds that we're not talking about, feel free to drop that into the chat. If we have, some information on that, we can dive into it. But in the meantime, in between time, no guests today. So you just got us in the conversation. Let your mind be free. Let your voice be heard. Paul B.
Yo.
What's the word?
Man, the chat's going off. I'm seeing everybody jumping in. I see Mama God coming on in. Good morning. She says the buses are stored up the street from my house, and it's been moving quite a bit lately. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I talked to Brother Love the other day, and he said, "Did you see my bus yet? I got my bus wrapped. Did you see it?"
Man,
I haven't seen it yet, but Kimber says this looks amazing. So
yeah, I saw it before it got wrapped. Last time I was there last summer, I saw that bus almost every day.
There you go. Marlon Harris in the chat, good morning. He says, after the summer, y'all won't see me until 2027. I'll be in hibernation recovering from this summer. So much stuff going on this summer, man. I meant to put the show together today to talk about the upcoming events and stuff like that, but there's just too much going on.
Man.
Too much going on right now and stuff that's happening. So we had to do it. I finally found that flyer for Brother Murray. This is happening too, man. He's launching May 17th. So this is right now. This is the opening reception is May 17th, which is tomorrow. Union for Contemporary Art is going to be featuring my man Nathan Murray. So this is what's up, man. It's really moving over there. There's been some new hires over there as well. We got to catch up with Lakeisha Green again, the ED over there at Union for Contemporary Art. New hires, new people on the team, and of course this new show coming up May 17th with Brother Nathan Murray. And again, check in with Black Votes Matter. Check in with Preston Love. He's got the bus that can go up to Lincoln to go check out the bust of Malcolm X, the Malcolm X bust that Nathan Murray did for the Hall of Fame. I had forgotten that they designated May 19th as the official Malcolm X Day in 2024 when they inducted him into the Nebraska Hall of Fame there. So yeah, man. There's so much stuff it's hard to keep up with these days, but it's great to have all this good news and all these good things going on, and hopefully people can kind of come together. Shout out to Lala for Joy Fest coming up Shout out to Lakeisha Green for the stuff that she's going to do with the Joy Fest over there at the Union for Contemporary Art. I mean, there's just too many things to name. So we'll definitely continue on naming these things and showing out all the information, giving all the information about the stuff that's coming up, and have people on about these events that are happening too.
Man.
Calvin Williams will be on soon to be talking about the Freedom Fest going on. So yeah, lots coming up. We'll talk about it right now. We'll take a quick break and we'll come right back and jump into some of these discussions. Again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
My name is Paul B.
Hey.
He's Buddy the God. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
The rules that Germans play. We have to show them by our actions that we do not intend to play the rules that the Jews play. They're a bunch of megalomaniac warmongers.
Lead poisoning in children under 7 is scary, but it's also 100% preventable. Not only can lead be found in paint and soil, it can be found in many common spices, certain baby foods, and brought home from job sites. Children with lead poisoning might not show any symptoms until their levels are dangerously high. So ask your healthcare provider for a lead test for your child. You can help prevent lead poisoning in children.
Shout out to Douglas County Health Department for that message. Been checking out some of the stuff there at Douglas County Health Department. Everybody's been putting these reports out that drug overdoses are down right now. So some good news there. They're attributing it to a lot of stuff. The way that people are using drugs, they're probably finally getting the message. Don't be messing with that stuff because fentanyl can be in it. And the super fentanyl and everything else is there. And also more access to some of the drugs that can stop overdoses. So yeah, lots of factors, but it seems like overdoses are down, which is always good news as well. So shout out to all the good work that everybody's doing before Elon comes in and shuts all their offices down. Yeah, so that's what's up. Appreciate it. Sean McCarthy in the chat says John Ewing Jr. election is still getting heavy national attention. MSNBC had Ewing on their prime time slots on Wednesday night. Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier. Yeah, so very interesting that it's that way. I like one of them. They quoted him saying, "I'm not afraid of Trump." I was like, "All right, come on."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going down. So there you go. Also, what's the RZ talking about? Look, I need the name of this joint. That joint? Yeah. It's called Fred Hampton. It's one I did when during a anniversary of Fred Hampton back in the day. Yeah, appreciate that, man. We're gonna be posting a whole lot more stuff. We're back into making music a little bit stronger than we were before, and there's gonna be a lot of changes as far as that's concerned on the show, but also with First Sky Omaha in general. We're gonna be pumping some things out here. You get back to the Love Supreme art soldiering that we do. So appreciate you asking about that. We'll definitely put it out. We might have to do a First Sky Omaha season 2B soundtrack or something like that.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On vinyl. Go get your record collection together. Go to Homer's.
Man, check out Homer's.
Right on. Tony Johnson in the chat saying, good morning, saying, joined Nebraska's Black Democrat call yesterday to see energy from Ewing win. Small attendance of 3 people, no elected Black or community leaders.
Okay.
Nebraska Democrat call. Okay, I didn't know that was I never heard of the call. Yeah. So, interesting. Yeah, I guess it didn't get a lot of fanfare. It's probably why not a lot of people are on it, because it's the first time hearing about it. So that's what's up. Appreciate that. There's going to be a lot of meetings and a lot of things coming up. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and jump into some news on some of these things because this is just beginning. It's just the start of all of it.
Man, Well, I guess I can take your cue on that. Speaking of meetings, so go ahead and dive into this Inland Port Authority story.
Yeah.
This come out Nebraska Examiner, North Omaha Innovation District. Again, funded the $30 million project. But the big news is that they're asking for your input. You have an opportunity to voice your concerns, your vision, and just what you would like to see. Again, this is going down at the Highlander. Let's see, on May 21st. There we go. So again, May 21st, the plan for the Innovation District is looking for public input. That's at 6 p.m. Again, at the venue at the Highlander. That's 2120 North 30th Street. Representatives of the Port Authority will introduce the planning process and gather input to shape a vision for inclusive economic development in the area, quote unquote. Again, there's been some controversy surrounding a few projects in the Inland Port area, and namely the business park project, which a lot of people have, said lacked community input early on. But nonetheless, that project will move forward. So again, rather than all the fighting, let's try to figure out how to make this thing work, because the idea is to benefit North Omaha, is to bring jobs and to push us forward. So again, you have opportunity to speak on that. A lot of excitement around that. And as Paul mentioned earlier, we were kind of looking at the map, and not really wasn't really sure how far north this stretch, but actually going all the way up pretty much to almost 30th and Ames.
Do you don't have that handy, do you? Because I can't.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Pull that map real quick. Yeah, it was. I definitely thought it was. It was not. I mean, I've been seeing this map for a while, but I didn't realize. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to how far it was going up on one side of it. So yeah, this is the whole area here. Yeah, I can't imagine that this is making some sense now when I'm looking at this area. I'm like, well, of course they're gonna get pushed back from. There's so many places where people live around here as well. But of course, I guess they've been working all that type of thing out already. So we'll see how this meeting goes. I think there's going to be input on like what's going to be there, what they're thinking about, what the community wants to have in these areas. I don't know if it's going to be a continuation of the conversations about what this is going to eat up, what neighborhoods this will eat up, what houses are in jeopardy or anything like that. Because I haven't really heard much more on that. So we'll have Senator Terrell McKinney on Monday for the Senator Cipher, and we could talk to. He has a lot more details on some of these things and some ends on the progress of these meetings. So we'll talk to him and find out a little bit more information on it.
Yeah, as of right now, they have that process is going forward. They have at least secured a contract with an advisor company who will work. To create a vision and business plan model for the local innovation district, which again is to be developed within the boundaries of the Inland Port Authority, as we just showed you. The consultant is to outline project costs, identify key indicators to measure success. So again, things are moving forward, but you have an opportunity to also give input on that. Again, May 21st at 6 p.m. at the venue.
Right on. Anybody planning on being there? Is this something that interests you? Let us know. Put that in the chat. And if you are going to go and you think people should go, then, go ahead and share that. From Friends of First Sky Omaha, we'll have this information over there, and you can kind of share that on your page. While you're at it, share the show as well on Facebook. We'll get as many people in as we can talking about it. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe and build that out. Don't forget also today, weekly wrap is dropping.
Yeah.
So if you have not signed up for the weekly wrap, this is a good time to do it because the weekly wrap drops at 4 o'clock on Fridays. So you'll be able to get today's issue if you go ahead and jump in here and sign up for that too. Get the newsletter going so we can kind of keep up on some things that are happening there, beat the algorithm and do that. So appreciate it.
Big time.
Peyton Zyla says, good morning, fam. Good morning, Peyton Zyla. Appreciate you coming on in. And Heather Williams says, I'm going to go check it out. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to try to have some representation over there at this meeting too. Seems to be a big one. Like I said, not a lot, Senator Terrell McKinney, he's kind of quiet about a lot of things, but when he chimes up on something, then I'm like, oh, it must be important.
Man, big time.
We better hit this one. So.
Yeah. And again, I know there's a lot of people with, some complaints and, some pushback, some concerns about this, but I can't see anything but opportunity with this situation, especially for North Omaha. So, if anyone's looking to build, buildings and, kind of find space, if you will, here you go. And a huge swath of North Omaha is covered in this. So big shout out to Senators Terrell McKinney and Justin Wayne for creating the legislation to make this happen. And yeah, let's support it.
Big time, big time. Precious McKesson in the chat saying
Hey.
good morning to you. Appreciate you coming in. I've seen you've been out on social media all over the place too, all the way from holding signs for people to vote for Brother Ewing, and all through making comments and everything that's going on. I'm sure that you've seen your day in the sun right now in the big way. Buddy said earlier somebody was talking about Nebraska turning blue now.
Man.
We always had the blue dot, but and I don't know about the rest of that, but I'll tell you what, the international, the news cycle all over the country is really shining a light on us right now. And this feels pretty good.
Well, I will say that there is, now that Precious is on, actually, I'm just remembering she reposted this whole Pillin post, or no, not Pillin, Ricketts. And everybody was getting, I don't know if you saw that, but everybody was commenting on Ricketts. Ricketts made a post about basically not even acknowledging the fact that Ewing won. That's a whole different conversation. But, saying it was a pleasure to work with Mayor Gene Stauther. You did such a great job, 30 years. He was bigging up Gene Stauther. Everybody's like, you're next. So I don't know. Maybe is there a changing of the guard? Is there a turning of the tide? I don't know. And maybe this Malcolm X situation kind of might be an indicator of that. I mean, the simple fact that, again, in 3 days, the state, really nationally, speaking of Omaha making national news, this is a national celebration as far as what's going on with the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, and the 100 celebration. According to articles, it's not just happening here in Omaha, but Sister Shabazz will also be going out to Washington at the Smithsonian. There will also be a 100 anniversary in New York for Brother Malcolm. But again, just the fact that Brother Malcolm got his own day in Nebraska.
Yeah, it was. I remember being a big deal last time. Almost forgot about it. Had to get a reminder that happened in 2024, May 19th, Malcolm X Day. That's interesting.
It's a changing of the tide a little bit.
And you know what I was thinking too, man. This stuff that just happened with we'll talk about Pillen's decision to veto this bill, but it feels really unfortunate and bad timing. I think it was Precious who was saying we're gonna have a governor's race coming up next. you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's some of the feedback, and we played that clip the other day where he was calling a spade and the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, look, bro, it's too blackety black out here right now. Don't start messing. I mean, you already in a situation where people, look what just happened with the mayor. So, that might be next, and it feels that way. Kimber Snipes in the chat says we have a black mayor who can hopefully get across to them that the economic business development in North O.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of that as well, I just saw where was Anthony Rogers Wright's quote? He said, "Hope they will develop businesses that can take advantage of energy production tax credits, so we can get off the coal and create many unionized jobs." So yeah, there's a lot that we can be suggesting with this Inland Port Authority situation, and also it does feel kind of hopeful that now Brother Ewing's in, and I'm sure that he's leaning. Hopefully he'll be leaning in the direction of what it is that we really need over there in North Omaha and more. That's one thing I can say about that is because, I feel like he's got his hand on what East Omaha needs a little bit more than previous mayors. I'm hoping that's the case. He still has yet to prove that, but we'll see. And I have a feeling that that's going to be the case, but we'll see.
Man,
Marlon Harris is reminding us of something too, though. The voter turnout for this election is out, and overall, I'm disappointed in these numbers. That is something to remember too. There was a drop in voting, but it did wind up how it wound up. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Appreciate everybody's comments here. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. Heather Williams says, "I really hope it is the beginning. A lot of people are disgusted with Dump Trump." Kimmer says, "I pulled the data. I've been putting a spreadsheet together. I'm trying to compare it to 2021, 2017. So she's comparing data on voting, who came out to vote for this. So, we always get less numbers than when it's a national vote. But, Anthony Rogers Wright mentioned this earlier, too. He was disappointed. Was the other day when we were had the guest on, he was kind of putting some facts and figures out there about the turnout in the different districts because of the fact that there was so many less votes than previous years. So, I'm not really sure what that means and how that panned out. I do know that a lot of people I talked to were really fed up, even though we had been talking to them about getting out the vote for a while.
Hmm.
They were just like, but I also talked to a lot of people who had never voted and wasn't thinking about it, that saw an opportunity to come in and get Brother Ewing in, and came out. So it's interesting how that works, man. I would love to see some numbers on data when it comes to voting, especially in our areas, and how it compares to other years. And it's always a question. It's always a question. Black Votes Matter is a partner of ours too, and I would love
Hmm.
to bring them on, speak to them a little bit about. I'm sure they have some data on the situations if they're out here. The whole organization is to try to get more Black folks to vote, and check out their efforts and see what they've been tracking over the years too. So we'll see.
Man. And again, also in the chat, brother Stephen Abraham, he's kind of saying it is. He says it's a changing of the guards. The people of Nebraska are ready for change in all aspects. And I'm trying to kind of reconcile the two thoughts as far as like voting numbers, being where they are. And, I think there is a real feeling that people are ready for change. But what does that look like? How do we come about that? For me, I think this path of economic development is a good direction that we should continue to go in. Of course, actually, there's an article out of the AP. Shout out to Brother Anthony Rogers Wright for kind of bringing this nonprofit killer bill to our attention, which is again even more reason to go in the economic development area. Of course, there's a lot of organizations doing good work in our community. IB Black Girl One Omaha, Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. But again, all of these are nonprofits, which is a conversation we've been having for a while. And again, even more reason to kind of shore up our own finances in our own communities, coming out of this article, again, reported by the Associated Press. And this happening on the national level. Brother Anthony Rogers Wright calling for us to maybe reach out to Don Bacon to stop this. If you haven't caught wind, Congress recently made a proposal that would allow President Donald Trump to remove the tax exempt status of nonprofits that it says supports quote unquote terrorism, creating what some nonprofits say is an arbitrary standard to financially punish charities that advocate for issues that don't align with his agenda. We've kind of already seen this direction with Paul. You actually presented a list of words that, again, if these words are in your grant proposals, then you might get flagged. You might not get the funding. And now they're again attacking the tax exempt status. And it is quite namely that Brother Malcolm just got recognized by the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, because when I see this story, those are the types of, like, let's not forget that they try to act like Brother Malcolm was a terrorist. So again, that's why I'm like, is there a changing of the guard where these conversations and these kinds of agendas will be a little harder to push? If people aren't believing the propaganda that's being pushed as far as certain organizations representing terrorism, this will be harder. People will speak up. So again, I say all that to say we still might need to build up our own economic base. When you talk about public, or you talk about movements, social change, looking at the civil rights movement, there were businesses, there were well-to-do families that were actually funding these movements. So thoughts?
Yeah, there's no might about it. We absolutely have to do that, as we
Man.
say. About 7:38 right now, if you believe in the concept of time. So it's around this time every show when I come back with this idea that we can't be dependent on one single politician or one single policy that's going on. We absolutely have to do for ourselves. It is all in the game. It's getting people in the right seats, but it's also us getting together and doing what we got to do. Economic development is a huge thing. That's why I got the respect that I do for the Empowerment Network, and the work that they're working for, what's behind what it is that they're trying to do, and all the benefits that happen with people that are in that network. And I know a lot of people feel controversial about that, but I see an effort to try to build economically what it is that we need to do as well. And hopefully organizations like that kind of depend on nonprofit dollars won't go down too. But I feel like in their efforts in trying to build things economically, that they won't. In the same way, I kind of see a kindred spirit with us. People assume because we're in the nonprofit news world that we're a nonprofit organization, but First Sky Omaha is a for-profit company. We actually do video work and stuff like that in order to support what it is that we try to do here. We do go for grants. A lot of people out there that gives us grants because they feel like we're doing work for the community, and it's work that aligns with what they got going on. But we don't go out here and get grant money from everybody. Just some of the ones that align, and some of the ones that it's cool to do that with. So we are trying to do our best we can on that tip as well, with the goal of being able to create business enough to be able to hire other people and have economic footholds on what's going on as well. I mean, we picked the wrong field to be in. There ain't no money in news at all. They're laying off people at Omaha World Herald every day.
Man.
But we're trying to find a way. We're trying to find a way. When we were helping Noise get up and running, I always use that analogy. In order we need to sell Patti LaBelle pies in order to fund this, something that's way off the beaten path, because who's paying for news, so that's we're taking that approach with our video work and our advertising work and the stuff that we're trying to do to keep this going as well. And I think that this is going to be real important for us to be able to support each other in that way, business to business, and really kind of build that out. So I'm seeing a lot of that as well, but there's a lot of nonprofits in our vicinity that have to use nonprofit dollars for stuff, and I don't see that really going away as much. I think they're going to try to do a lot of this stuff, but I think there's a lot of money that comes from. There's already money coming from family foundations and other organizations that have money that feel it's important to battle what's going on. We've been approached a couple of times with that ourselves, saying it's really right now with this current administration is super important what you guys are doing right now with trying to have conversations with the community, with disseminating news, with everything that we're trying to do. And it's really they're right. Like with everything, with the war on journalism, with the war on truth, with the war on everything that's going on, it's more important for us to have communication with each other and to be able to get together and really kind of work on everything that we need, economically, education, everything is being taken away. So, excuse me. So that's what's up. Precious says, "Thank you for being a media partner with the NDP. This election cycle, more to come." I've been every time we shout you out. Shout out to Precious for connecting us to NDP and getting that message out. I feel pretty proud. I feel like we were a part of helping out getting our first black mayor in there with our efforts. So appreciate everybody that teamed up with us on that. We trying to be a bigger media partner with people so that we can kind of make sure that we not just get the word out, but keep this model. So news organizations need to have more of an outreach and speaking to the public model. And this is the reason I think this is where our strength is us doing this show 3 times a week, speaking to you guys and having this conversation. So I'll get off my soapbox now, but I appreciate you guys listening to me on that. 7:42 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, it looks like the chat is going off again.
Yeah, it is actually.
What you peeping?
Brother Anthony Rogers Wright giving us a little more information on that nonprofit killer bill. He says the nonprofit killer is primarily designed to suppress anti-genocide protesting, and many believe Trump will also target climate environmental justice groups if this passes. He also says anti-genocide protesting is a friendly reminder that Brother Malcolm was a Pan-Africanist and in inexorable solidarity with the Palestinian resistance. So I will also throw in the work that Ivy Black Girl does, like reproductive rights and things like that. I do feel like there will be some pressure in that area as far as nonprofits go. But yeah. To your point, Paul, we kind of got to work in both areas, work in areas that benefit the community that might not always be profitable, but also find ways to support that with profitable activities. So let's keep on moving, man. Let's keep on moving. Elsewhere in the chat,
let me jump in while you're looking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Rick Fulton, you've come in into the chat several times, and a lot of times you come in and you do some personal attacks and stuff like that on like people like Mr. Wayne, who hasn't been in the news for a while. I will acknowledge some of the things that you are saying is relevant to our conversation here, which is there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is John Ewing. How do you like that? A brother from North O in charge of the city. He's also saying, though, and his best pal, Thomas Warren, is second in command. With those guys in charge, things are going to happen in North O. I hear Mr. Ewing is going to put a minor league professional baseball team downtown. I haven't heard that one. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. He is reminding me, though, that Thomas Warren, another person from law enforcement, will be second in command. So, yes, it would be 2 brothers running the situation, but they're both from law enforcement, which I know makes a lot of people skeptical about what's going to happen. overall, I feel pretty positive about the situation, and that just the fact that so much more approachable. I mean, we've reached out to Stother's offers for her to come on to the show several times. We never got it. Brother Ewing, drop of a dime will come through. So just the access, I feel like is going to be a huge difference with how things are going to be run from now on. Pops in the chat says it's true that news divisions have always operated at a loss, and even on national TV news has, always been subsidized by other divisions of the network. So what you guys are accomplishing is amazing. Appreciate you,
man. Thank you. Never really thought about it like that, but yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta figure it out.
I was watching the news the other day, and I was shocked. I hadn't watched like evening news for a while. I was shocked how many commercials. It was more commercials than it was stories going on that hour, in that half hour. It's the trip.
Yeah.
Black Dynamite asking you a question, buddy. You think Mr. Ewing will be Omaha's Miss Keisha?
Yeah, he's asked me that before. Honestly, I wasn't in Atlanta during the tenure of Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, but I have been paying attention to what Mayor Andre Dickens is doing, which is kind of a closer comparison. Andre Dickens is, from the community, went to high school, went to Mays High School, which is a popular high school out here, and is a part of the community. So in that essence, I mean, we've already seen Mayor Ewing on the Deuce twice now, I think. I mean, he was at the NOMA ribbon cutting. He also spoke at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation situation. So in that regard, yes. But I will, how can I say this? There is something that I'm not necessarily worried about, but I'm questioning. And this is going along with what you just said, Paul, as far as the history of Mayor Ewing as a former police officer, and also we can throw in Brother Warren, who is also, I believe, former chief of police in Cop City. Again, we've been talking about the Cop City situation. This is something that Mayor Andre Dickens has had to deal with here in Atlanta, and I am wondering, Brother Anthony Rogers, right on time. He says Dickens is terrible. He's pro Cop City, and he suppressed the vote to end Cop City. That has been a big point of contention here in the city of Atlanta, and it is something that is coming to Omaha as well. Actually, this coming out of Channel 7. Recently, voters in Washington County rejected an initiative that would have put a proposed gun range for the Omaha Police Department near Fort Calhoun. The latest unofficial results show about 480 people voted, and of that, 418 voted no. So again, Washington County, Fort Calhoun does not want that. But I'm sure the police will continue to look for a location for this Cop City gun range training facility, whatever they want to call it. And I am wondering, will Mayor Ewing fall on this?
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know where Fort Calhoun area is, because I didn't, it is on the other side of Florence, so it's north. It butts up against the north side in a big way, which is kind of one of the tenets of the Cop City idea. Which, by the way, they're trying to set up in a lot of cities all over the country.
Yeah, man.
That the Cop City is butting up right against the black community. And that's the case here. But it's really interesting, this division that's been going on here, that people voted no. So right now it's not happening. But again, I actually asked Brother Ewing myself about Cop City, what he thought of that. He wasn't too keen on that either. He didn't like that idea, and it wasn't anything he was going to be pushing. That he said. It was in the conversation that we had about the 150. We always fluctuate between some people saying we're 100 police officers short. I've heard him say 150 short. I'm not sure how many more police they're talking about having, but their reasonings for having more police is so that there can be. And it's funny because I'm always asking, like, what about community policing? And my idea of community policing is the community policing itself. And every time I'm talking to them about it, their idea of community policing is policing the actual police getting out of their cars and going into the community. They have a totally different viewpoint than I do about what community policing means. So every time I try to ask about that, that's what they come back with. They come back with, well, that's why we need 100 more police officers so they can spend some time getting out of their cars and getting into the community. That's not what I mean, bro. That's not what I'm asking about. But we'll see. Mm-hmm. Anthony Rogers Wright says, seems like the cops already have a shooting range. It's called North Omaha. Cut them deep. Yeah. And also don't forget they got an actual amusement park, gun range 2, Tactical 88.
Oh yeah. For the family.
For the families. Yeah.
yeah.
Go
A
ahead.
few people also in the chat kind of giving their perspective of Brother Ewing. Sister Carol Warner, good morning to you. She says Mayor-elect John Ewing has always remained consistent from the time I met him over 20 years ago.
Word.
I'm confident he will put the community first in his decision making. So again, that could possibly be true. I don't know. I'm just presenting the question to all of you to kind of think over for yourselves, and maybe something to just keep in mind. How does this whole cop city and just how does the relationship between the community and the police flourish or continue under Mayor-elect John Ewing?
There you go. Mama God says he's more approachable and relatable. Real life experiences brought to the role.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff going on. I appreciate that very much. Tony Johnson is reminding us about the police union. Cannot forget power of Omaha Police Union. What is their relationship like with Ewing and Warren? That's a good question.
Good question.
Very good question.
I mean, as former officers, are they a part of the union? Do you have to be?
Good question. Not sure. Kimber says, ask black police officers who worked with him.
Okay.
That's what I did. Cool.
Okay. What was the response? What did they say?
Yeah. Let us know. While we're waiting on that, we'll take a quick break and we'll come right back and finish out the conversation here today. Again, this is Friday. This is kind of a Haps Friday, so we'll talk about what's going on this week and just kind of reiterate what's happening. If you miss any parts of the show, go back and check it out on YouTube. Beginning of the show, we had a lot of Haps that we were talking about, and we'll talk about a few more when we get back. Stay tuned. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
My name is Paul B.
Hey.
Buddy to God. All of you Chad Chummers, Ghost listeners, thank you. Stay tuned.
Don't touch nothing.
Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
All B, buddy to God. Don't forget Monday, Senator Cypher is happening. Senator Ashley Spivey, Senator Terrell McKinney, where they're going to come on and talk to us about what's going on. There's been some bills this passed. Senator McKinney's had some wins. We need to talk about that, and I definitely want to hear what they have to say about this veto situation that just happened with the governor.
Man,
with the SNAP bill, kind of a trip.
Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and dive into it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Hey, pretty nice. Alley-oop. Thank you. Nebraska Governor Illin, man. Again, we're heavy on this recidivism movement. Again, shout out to MCC and the work that we were doing with them. Also, shout out to the Heart Ministry Centers. And everybody out there doing the work, again, trying to make sure that our formerly incarcerated brothers and sisters come back into society, are accepted, and not given a hand that most likely will send them back to prison, the most overcrowded prison in the nation, prison system in the nation, I remind you. So again, when we saw that Senator Roundtree, was pushing for this, and hey, it's a thought. Like that. Hey, Freudian slip. Hey, anyway, hey, next year, LB 319 again, which would have restored SNAP benefits to formerly incarcerated brothers and sisters, actually passed. Again, this is something that goes a long way in the fight for recidivism. If you come out of prison, again, we all know that with a felony on your record, it's hard to get a job, and if it's hard to get a job, then it's hard to feed yourself. So if you can't really feed yourself, things like SNAP will go a long way from, pushing you back into a life of crime. However, as RG is saying, Pillin stays illin. According to Nebraska Examiner, Pillin vetoed this bill. Again, under Roundtree's bill, a person with 3 or more felony convictions for felony drug possession could use or access SNAP only if they are participating in or have completed a licensed and accredited treatment program. So again, this isn't just for anybody who's getting out. This is for people who are getting out, trying to move forward, trying to better themselves, are part of programs, moving, struggling, grinding, and yet Ellen Pillin vetoed it. I'm not quite sure his reasoning, but of course, the fight will continue. Quick during debate, again noted that Anderson, pardon himself. There we go. SNAP second bill amendment. Also, Wednesday lawmakers vetoed to modify a separate SNAP-related bill with a quote-unquote unfriendly amendment that was resurrected after being previously defeated. Speaking of the fight continuing, State Senator Dan Quick of Grand Island calls for an extension of current SNAP income eligibility levels, which otherwise would return in October to lower pre-pandemic eligibility levels. So again, this is the battle with Pillin and SNAP. If you remember, he was kind of holding off. He was holding off that summer SNAP program for the youth and kind of undermine that whole program. So again, coming from a pig farmer, it is kind of interesting. You would think he would want to feed the people, but here we are.
This picture of him crashing was like,
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, it's not going to pass me.
Oh God.
Anthony Rogers Wright says Pillin wants recidivism. He says, what are returning citizens supposed to do if they can't eat? The veto is a demonstration of how sick that man is, and a reminder that he's a pig farmer. Slinging that pork, it's going down. It is the thing. Also, this is a little off subject here, but Margie Sturgis just came in. Good morning. What's going on?
Weatherized
Sam. Yes. She said, just tune in and I might have missed it, but I hope you are already in talks or coordinating coverage of our first elected Black mayor's first day in office. Good idea. She says it deserves to be a full-length documentary. Let's talk. I want to. Yeah. We got to talk about that. I love that. There you go. Tony Johnson is saying counter argument I hear is that there are several well-funded work programs for felons to help get jobs and not need SNAP. And to it, they say are underutilized. That's not my experience. I'm seeing a lot of these. We work pretty closely with 180 RAP program over at Metropolitan Community College. Everybody can always use more help when it comes to getting them. They have a program over there that's called the Life Program. We actually did a little video documentary on it, and that in that program they give people the ability to have food, housing, clothing, shelter, like everything that you need, everything that if you came out of prison and you went and you didn't have a family, they could help you get back on your feet. That program was helping people be able to do that. And it was only a limited amount of people that could, because if you can imagine that it costs a lot of money. So to me, the thing is the people voted, yeah, let's go ahead and feed these folks.
Right.
That's what's the killer. The killer is that this is what it got voted in. It's what the people want. Is the legislatures reached out to their constituents. This is something that they wanted. So the fact that it's gotten vetoed, like, why are you messing with the SNAP money? I just don't.
Man,
when I think about that, SNAP was invented by the Black Panther Party. It makes me go, is everything that the Black Panther Party invented now on the chopping block from Republicans? Kimmer says there is data that they track that shows a lot of crimes can be traced back to whether or not the person had a meal within the last 24 hours.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past myself. Don't let me get too hungry. Somebody getting jacked. I'm just
big boy gotta eat.
Hey, listen. somebody taco truck is mad, but no, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's the problem. It is. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you don't want to. Like I think like Anthony Rogers Wright is saying, he wants recidivism. How are they gonna keep these jails filled if they if they helping people stay out?
Man, on that note, we didn't really talk about it, but it has recently been reported about this new prison that they're supposed to build, and now it's over or under budget, or however it's going to cost more than they say it's going to cost. Original earmark was like 300 or so million. Now they're talking about like 800 million for this new prison that, according to Senator McKinney, is already going to be overcrowded. Palpatine. Hey, he looks like a villain. Pillin looks like a villain. I'm gonna just say it, man. In that photo, yeah, kind of remind me. I don't know if y'all seen the picture 21 Savage on First Take looking like.
Hey, let's get out of here. We about to go down 8 o'clock. We about to go down some. Being the governor is a hard job. He's doing some good work. He's doing some bad work. This is kind of one on the bad side. You don't veto a bill that helps people eat, but that's just me, and I ain't him.
Yeah, it's not getting past my desk.
8 o'clock. Thanks for joining us, bud. You got some words for the people?
Oh, man, it's always a pleasure to get up and speak with you all. Start our day off right. Again, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. And really, man, there was a post on Friends of somebody reached out from South Omaha. I believe Lillian Sanchez was the name, looking for help. And a lot of people responded. I kind of commented on it this morning, but just very proud of the platform that we built. Very, very proud of the platform that we built, and the fact that a lot of people in the community can turn to us and just feel like, you know, when they think of where do I go to create change, what can I do to get active, First Guy Omaha comes to mind. And I really, really, really appreciate that. I don't think Paul and I really had any vision or expectation of what this will become when we just knew we were doing good work. And when, you know, certain situations happen, we knew we had to continue doing that work. And here we are, and looking forward to continue doing the work. So we appreciate the support, the love, and catch the same time, same place. Again, Senator Cypher on Monday. Tune in. In the meantime, between time, man. Paul B.
Yeah.
Take us out.
Now you will feel the full power.
Clowning. We clowned.
All jokes.
Appreciate you guys. You made me laugh on these. This is just hilarious. We're gonna get out of here, man. Thanks very much. Pops in the chat says, I love all the shows with guests, but I do love the times it's just you two. Thanks for another great week of shows. Have a great weekend and see you on Monday. Appreciate you, Pops.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you very much. We will continue that. Again, don't forget we have the Senator Cipher on Monday. So any questions that you have about any of the bills that's out, shout out to like Marianne Williams, Anthony Rogers Wright, all the people that put updates on bills and stuff like that in Friends of First Sky Omaha, so we can kind of keep up with what's going on. Shout out to Terrell McKinney, Senator Terrell McKinney, put some respect on his name. His whole camp is always putting stuff out on his page about the progression of these bills as well. We get a lot of information from his page. So shout out to his camp and everybody that's over there working with him to put that information out. And man, it does. I'm to echo what Buddy's saying. It feels pretty good. We have been working with you guys, and we have let the show morph into what it is. So like I said, we came from the radio, from Minus On 101.3 FM, and so we had a morning show, daily show. We talked about weather, traffic, everything else. When we went digital and that program got shut down, we went digital, and we started 5 days a week again, doing the same thing, and realized, okay, now that this is live on YouTube and people are not in their car listening to this, we can drop some of the weather and the traffic and so on and so forth. And it morphed into what it is now because we've been working with you guys, and we understand that this is not so much of a news dissemination show, but a discussion of the news with the community. That we've labeled this before. It was a news show, and now we label it our outreach. This is our outreach. This is our roundtables that we have with you, the people, and that's what this is all about. And that's our lane. Nobody else is really doing this on a regular basis. So, and I think that we're in with that, it turns into an action group. Since we're discussing these things and we're building a family of people that continually come back and discuss these things, if we can get together and put some action items to these things, then we can try to make some kind of changes and difference as well. So not just us putting this platform together, I'm proud of us putting this platform together. I'm proud of what the platform is because of us and all of you as well.
Man, big
really
time.
Appreciate it.
Big time.
Mama God says, have a great weekend. Yeah, you guys take it easy on the weekend. Before we get out of here, I got to reiterate lots of stuff going on, man. Definitely check out Rebuild and Transform. That starts today. And if you still have time to register and go down and check these out, I highly encourage you to do that. A lot of people have stuff to say about what the Empowerment Network is doing, but I don't always see them there peeping it out and face to face. So definitely go check it out and learn. Like we had to. We walked in skeptical first, and then spent some time and some understanding and started working with them, and started understanding something differently, and now we're working with them. So it's definitely a progression. It took a little bit of time to win us over as well, but there's a lot of good that's coming out of the situation here, and not just directing to other businesses and so on and so forth, but just resources, just being able to have resources in North Omaha, and it is Black centric. No matter what people have to say, there might be a lot of white money that comes from foundations and from grants, but it's being spent with Black businesses and Black people in the Black community and Black youth and everything else. You just take one glimpse inside, you'll see what's really going on. So I highly encourage you to do that, and we'll have more people from the Empowerment Network on the show to be able to explain some of these things as well, so we can see it. But that's what's happening, and then don't forget all the activity that are going on with the Malcolm X celebration that's happening 16th to day 6 to 9. Youth Poetry Night is going on.
Hey,
Meeting in the Mind Symposium has happened today with Brother Sherman Wells speaking, among others. Tap into Malcolm X Memorial Foundation to find out what's going on with MX100. Please do not get past this week without showing up and supporting and celebrating Malcolm X's 100th birthday. This is legendary. You want to be somewhere where your picture's getting taken when this is happening, because this is legendary. It will be for a while.
Yeah, and again, it's a national situation. Omaha is right in line with what's going on with the Smithsonian, the Audubon in New York. Let's celebrate.
And
Omaha's on.
Dead Prez gonna be in the house.
Hey, it's beginning hip hop.
And speaking of hip hop, don't forget to hit the block party too as well. Shout out to Omaha Performing Arts, and shout out to the Culture House and Marcy Yates and everybody who's associated with this as well. You're gonna have some legends in town this weekend. Legends. And if you want more low key situation, check out the Union, man, because Nathan Murray's opening reception is gonna be 17. Go have a little glass of wine and a snack, see some art, rub some elbows, hang out on the Deuce. Shout out to Union for Contemporary Art, doing the good work. And shout out to Nathan Murray, man, nationally recognized artist. Take that Black Votes Matter bus up to Lincoln and check out the Malcolm X bust that Brother Nathan Murray did as well, man. Lots going on. So appreciate everybody who joined us today, and appreciate everybody who's part of what we do. She said, buy a ticket to the gala. Kimmer said,
there you go.
The gala's happening too. It's going down for real. Yeah, I saw Mr. Anthony Rodriguez. His sister Marianne is our unicamera on the ground citizen journalist. She's living antenna transmitting all the legislative news. Man, please check out what she posts on Friends of First Sky Omaha, because we get a lot of our news and a lot of stuff that's going on from people that post over there. She's one of the stars. So appreciate that. Appreciate all of you acknowledging her as well. And everybody else, man, we try to acknowledge. That's another reason why you need to get down with the weekly wrap, because we do a fam spotlight, First Sky Omaha fam spotlight on people like Marianne Williams and everybody else that's supporting what we're doing and giving them flowers, man. We all about giving people flowers now. That's how you encourage people to keep moving in that direction that they're trying to move in. So
big time.
We're about it, and we appreciate you doing that too. It's all love. With that, let's get out of here. The Omaha Tribe elders, man, we want to thank them for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Thanks to our elders for allowing us to speak before you and imparting wisdom to us so that we can put that together with what we know and disseminate some knowledge. Appreciate that very much. Shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you on all these subjects. Really appreciate all your comments, all the great questions that you have, comments and research that you do. We even get data and numbers from you guys, so we can't thank you enough for the discussion that we have with you guys, for sure. Appreciate it. With that, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves. The weather's going to be pretty decent, a little rainy here and there, a little hot sometimes, but enough for you to be able to get outside and take it and get busy with what's going on here this summer. It's going to be a hot summer. It's going down.
Yeah, really quickly, I do want to acknowledge Brother Tony Johnson asking if any plans of moving conversations away from Facebook. Yes, we are still working on that. Setting up Discord. Just letting you know, just kind of tipping you off. We think that'd be a platform that would actually allow us to expand some of the things that we're trying to do and kind of speak to all of you directly, plan some things, and just again grow our community. So again, if you're not familiar with Discord, maybe check it out and look out for that within the next months, weeks, or something like that. We're working on that, so give us some time, but it is coming. We are keeping that in mind and to reach you where you are. So
And we're also going to really dig into YouTube harder as well too. So definitely like and subscribe over there, and tell a friend, spread the word. Let's try to get that up there. There's some things we can do over there with the chat that we want to take advantage of with YouTube. So yeah, stay tuned. It's always going to move. Highly suggest you do the newsletter though, because that's where the most of the information is going to be there. The newsletter and our website that we're getting back to trying to update here. So those will be where you can home base with us, and then we might be hopping around to different platforms. We might do some more stuff on fan base. It's going to be all over the place. You can keep up there, but the discussions we'll always have on YouTube, especially. We might add some other ones, but YouTube is going to be the main one we do the show. So
there you go. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you jingle us on out of here, Paul, man. Catch the same time, same place, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on First Guy Omaha in the morning.
Hey.
Peace, y'all.
By the way, Vanglorious. This is protected by the red